Alright, here we go, guys. I'm bringing up the live stream again. This time we are using a 2700X with only 6 cores enabled. I'm running it at 4.2 gigahertz, and I'm running, it's 3600 BDI G-Skill memory that I'm running at 3200 megahertz, full timing tweak. So it's full 14, 28 for the timings. All the sum timings have been tweaked. I used the DRAM calculator. My X370F motherboard isn't allowing for anything above 32 megahertz, or 3200 megahertz, excuse me. I've tried for 3400, 3600, and both will run, but I get stability problems. I can't make it through more than like 30 minutes of a memory test, and occasionally I get boot problems. But with this fully tweaked 3200 memory, I am getting good stability. I passed memory tests, and it's good to go. So I think I've reached a platform max, at least with this X370F Strix motherboard. I might try to get hands on an X470 at some point in the future, but I'm uncertain at this point. Let's see what we can get into. So the objective of this video is so that I can see, we already did the 8-core streaming with OBS, software encoded, and had pretty good results. You know, not, of course, not like playing without streaming with the CPU, but plenty acceptable, really. So now we're gonna see what it's like minus 2 cores, 4 total threads. As soon as I find a server to join. Alright, we'll just hop in this one and see what happens. Uh-oh, I lost my total CPU usage. Let me fix this. Total CPU usage, show label. Let's see. No, let's see. 11. Okay. Alright, got it fixed. Now this is messed up. Oh, okay, I see what's wrong. Okay. I think I got it squared away. Yep. Alright, yeah, CPU usage is definitely higher. Why did I just switch teams?
We have lost objective Duff. We have taken objective apples.
Change one thing that might be hurting performance here.
Lost objective Edward. lost objective butter.
Certainly slower. CPU usage is 100%.
We are losing objective apples. We have lost objective apples.
Is this... I don't know if I pause the feed. If I pause this, I think it's just my view. Let's find out. I think it's just my view. Let's find out. Okay. That's just my view.
Objective butter.
Expected, and streaming certainly doesn't make it any easier. Looks like if you're like a 60 FPS kind of gamer, then this might still be acceptable. And I'm sure in other games that are less demanding, it could be done within reason. Hey, you want up here? You want to sit up here?
We have lost objective butter. We have taken objective.
Hey, can you hush? Please?
Mitrailleuse hostile.
We are losing objective Duff.
So it's usually encoder presets ultra fast, I believe. Whatever the fastest one is, you just do CPU load.
We have lost lost objective Charlie.
Let's go max out here. 100%. Hey, it's empty. Oh, okay, I guess there's a little bit left. Hold it. Hey, you hold it.
We have lost objective apples. We have taken objective Charlie. We have lost objective Duff. We have taken objective butter. We have taken objective apples.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh no!
Hey, calm down, buddy.
No!
We are losing objective Charlie. We have lost objective apples. We have taken objective Edward.
Hey, Jake, calm down, please. Can you calm down, Bubba? Alright guys, let's try putting it to low.
taken objective Charlie.
Hey, what's going on, man? Is the feed chopping?
Halfway there, we have the upper hand.
I'm running the 2700X
We have
minus
lost
2 cores,
objective
so I'm
Edward.
simulating basically 2600X overclock. Are you noticing like just what you see on the screen, or is it is the playback actually choppy?
Le voilà! Tirez cet objectif!
A flame trooper kit is available at your location.
Je lance une grenade! Attention! Grenade lancée! Tirez-vous!
We are losing objective Charlie. We have lost objective Butter. We have lost objective Charlie.
Ils ont pris un de nos objectifs!
Battlefront does run better. It doesn't have
We have taken objective
quite the
apples.
destructive type of environment that Battlefield does. It has a lot of like light effects and stuff, but it doesn't seem to have like the destructiveness.
We have taken objective
I think
Edward.
that's the big thing that really makes Battlefield so amazing is all the destructive scenery. I know seeking
We are losing objective apples.
Alright, I'll adjust that. How's this? Is this better? Can you hear me better over the gameplay now? Turned it down pretty significantly. Enemy down. So it looks like it at least puts out a smooth stream. The gameplay is much worse with 6 cores versus 8 though, that's for sure. Like I'm getting like 50, 60 frames a second a lot of the times. Even this 75, 80 feels pretty slow. Hey, good to see you too. Hey, what are you doing? Can you not play with that, please? Hey, get out of there. Come on.
No.
Came back just in time. Wow. I tell you what, when you get used to playing at 120, 140 frames per second, and then you come down to what is typically considered the normal, like something like 60 to 80, you can really feel that difference. Like I used to game like that all the time, but man, do you have to adapt. This CPU is actually the 2700X with only 6 cores enabled, so it's kind of like using a 2600X. I have it at 4.2 gigahertz, and I'm using 3600 VDI memory that's fully tweaked, full subtiming and everything, and it's running 14, 14, 14, 28 timing. You're funny. You're a funny little guy. This X370F Strix motherboard I'm using won't allow me to use higher than like 3200 megahertz memory, unfortunately. I've tried and I just get so much instability. So I'm thinking about getting a hold of like an X470 Prime or Strix or something. I don't know what I'm going to get, if I'm even going to, but I'd like to get faster memory running on this system. Come on, player. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you got X470 Prime and 2600X, huh? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of an Asus fanboy. I mean, I wouldn't say that I would only use Asus boards. I've actually used ASRock in the past, and my home NAS that I built is actually using an ASRock rack board. So, and I mean, I like Gigabyte, MSI is fine. Asus is definitely not the only board, but I've had really good success. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using software encoding right now. So this is kind of a software encoded, basically CPU rendered stream test for the 6-core Ryzen. And I would say you can pull it off, but if you're trying to high refresh game in something like Battlefield 1, you're not going to get really the results you're looking for. We did the 8-core earlier, and results were a lot better. Still take a hit versus not streaming at all, but much more acceptable with the 8-core. But if you're not streaming, or not streaming using software encoding, the 6-core Ryzen's the way to go for the most part, because many games aren't really using the 8-core 16-thread. Whoa. My game just closed on me. What in the world? Yeah, you really can't go wrong with the Asus boards. I enjoy them. I have the, like I said, this system is the X370F Strix motherboard by Asus, and then in my Intel system, I'm using the Z370 Hero, and I really like that board. The Hero line's quite nice. And in the past, I probably mostly have used Asus boards. They work out for me. I like the quality. You know, there's just the look and feel of the board, even aside from the actual component quality, is really nice. If I'm not streaming, the CPU usage is still gonna be pretty high, but it's not gonna be 100%. Definitely not like streaming, and frame rates are gonna be a lot higher. See if I can get into this ambience. Okay.
No.
No.
Okay. Okay.
So I would have to test again. I don't remember offhand. I can tell you the 8700K even I've seen as high as 80% in some sections of ambience, but that's under that's like super dense amount of people, and it's like a special circumstance. Most of the time it's like 50 or 60, and 6-core Ryzen's kind of somewhere near that, a little bit higher. I'll probably do an off-stream recording to answer that topic. Yeah, that's pretty high too, 70%, because about 4 of those threads on the 8-core chip aren't really getting used. The X470 chipset does actually have a little bit better RAM stability. The boards themselves are actually rated for higher memory overclock speeds. Asus rates a lot of their X470s at about 3600 memory speed, and mine is 3200, and that's pretty accurate because I can't seem to go past 3200. So I might sell this board, get an X470, and see what happens. I mean, it could even be my CPU that's limiting it, but I know there's nothing wrong with the memory because it runs the 3600 XMP profile fine on the Intel system. um, 90% doesn't seem too far out of the question, because mine's at 4.9 gigahertz, and like I say, that certain situation I did see as high as 80%. So, you know, especially if it's a lower clocked 8700K, or like maybe some crazy shit happened, I wouldn't rule out 90%. But that's a very, let's say it's just not normal. Most of the time that I play Battlefield with the 8700K at 4.9 gigahertz, I usually see it's usually around like 50 or 60%, and it's only maps like Amiens in certain areas where it'll go like 70 or 80%, and it's for a short minute. And I think if anybody has a pretty highly overclocked 8700K and they're like staying consistently at 80 or 90%, they might have something going on in the background. flamethrower. No. So I put this, I'm still on QHD, but I actually put the graphics on low just to kind of give the CPU any benefit it can have here. Putting it on low is it's gonna reduce a little bit of CPU cycles because it's not having to make as many draw calls. Great. Man, on fire again. On fire again? Come on. Yeah, diabetes. I can use up to 3200 X&P profile on my X370 Strix, no problem. And I can even highly tweak better memory at 32. I just can't go past 32, and that's all the board's rated for. But depending on BIOS and motherboard and even the processor, overclocking memory with Ryzen can be kind of spotty. But the thing is overclocking memory with Ryzen is really important. Not even so much overclocking, but getting good BDI memory with tight timings and really using that Ryzen DRAM calculator out there to tweak all the subtimings helps quite a bit. Dang. That's kind of the one bummer with Ryzen, is it is a really good value, but in order to get the most out of it and in order to be competitive with Intel in gaming, you do have to spend more money in memory, so at some point they kind of get a little bit closer. And then, you know, some people might argue that you could get a B350 motherboard or a new B450 motherboard, but you know, memory compatibility with those is even more spotty than with an X chipset. I think the 2700X is a pretty good value overall, though. The 8700. Are you talking about the 8700 or 8700K when you're talking about Battlefield 5? For the most part, as long as you get good memory, I really wouldn't say that you could go wrong with getting a 2700 or 2700X. And getting the A core might be a better choice if you can afford the difference, because it's just going to give you more future proofing. Eventually, games are going to start supporting more core and thread counts, and you know, once they do, having those extra cores all along is going to be kind of like bringing new life to your processor when those games support it. If you're sure that you 100% do not want to overclock, then I wouldn't get a K series chip. There's just no point. You know, if you're just gonna leave it stock and without a doubt in your mind you will never overclock it, then get a non-K for sure. But if you think that you might overclock it, and overclocking with Intel can yield a pretty big increase in performance, I would get a K series. Like even if you think that you might. I guess you got to factor in cost too. I understand some areas there's a larger price difference between the two. Oh wow, the airplane got me. Yeah, exactly. Diabetes. That's just like the i5s. Like, you know, some people choose to get the non-K i5s. I think the i5 stands to gain huge performance from overclocking. You know, especially going from like an 8400 versus an 8600K. You're talking like all core differences potentially up to like 1.2, 1.4 gigahertz on 6 cores. That's enormous.
No.
And the price difference, at least from what I see most of the time, is like $50 between those two.
Oh, Charlie.
And an 8600K can be overclocked pretty nicely without delighting with, you know, just reasonable cooling. Oh my god, how long was that guy laying there?
No.
Hey, I need you to stop doing that. Jay, I need you to stop doing that. Can you go play in the living room and be a good boy, please? Jay, can you go in the living room and be a good boy, please? Thank you. Kid gets into everything. Figures. I need to get some pistol kills. That's actually not too bad for that 7820. Yeah, this streaming with this 6-core CPU is dropping the GPU usage all the way down to 50%. I'm gonna be trying the 8600K in this same kind of test. Either tonight or tomorrow, probably. I'm not sure yet. Hey, don't pull on my chair, please. Hey, you're causing all kinds of trouble, okay? Oh my god. Not even paying attention. Is that cool? You like watching that on there?
Oh,
Yeah, he sure does. He likes watching this.
it's right here. Let's see.
Dang. In the face.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
You hit the wrong button.
Let's see. Oh, let's see. Okay.
Hey, you're hitting too many buttons, buddy.
Let's see. Okay.
Wow, 48 frames a second right there. Yeah, that 9900K is going to be pretty sweet, I'm sure. And I wouldn't doubt that you're too far off. I'm thinking something like 450 bucks, but who knows? I might even be giving Intel the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I'd be really shocked though if it's under 400 bucks. It's just I don't think it's going to be. It's just not Intel's style to actually try to compete on price with
I'm
AMD
sorry.
and offer more. Hey, can you stop doing that?
No. Okay. Oh, what he going
Yeah, CPU prices are Definitely pretty expensive. Although thanks to Ryzen, we're getting. Hey, can you stop? Can you
No.
stop, please?
No.
Thanks to Ryzen, though, we're getting a lot more cores for the money than we were. I'm really thinking because of the 8-core non-hyper-threaded 9700K that's going to help Intel keep the 9900 more expensive. The 9700 will probably be like a $350, $400 chip, and then the 9900K will probably be like $450 to $500. Hey, you just deleted a message, dude.
Shit. Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna leave this over here. Bad Company 2 was a good game. Hey man, you just timed somebody out. How do I undo that? Hey, stop doing that. Hey, you gotta go. You gotta go.
No.
Hey, go please. Go please. You're not being good. You're not being good. You're really, hey, you're not being good. What are you doing? Stop touching things. Drink it. Yeah, I think Zen 2 is certainly going to be good. There's a lot of speculation, though. It's just too early to tell. With Zen being a new architecture, though, there's nowhere to go but up, really.
No.
Hey, buddy, can you keep it down? What? Can you go get your water? Thanks, Bubba. Yeah, I would really like to see Zen 2 get Ryzen up to like the 5 gigahertz overclocks. Especially with an IPC boost, that would be quite substantial. Jameson, you're really getting on my nerves. I'll be right back. Okay. Hey, let's make your butt if you won't leave me alone. Stop. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I wonder what he did. Both you guys have blue wrenches by your names now. Oh, it looks like he made you guys moderators. And then Karan got timed out for 300 seconds. Oh gosh. Won't do that again. Okay. Yeah, he timed you out for 300 seconds. I don't even know how. You give a kid a phone for like 10 seconds and they get nuclear codes or something. Romer Stump Auto. Needs more kills. Let's see how this thing is. Oh my god. Pistol as my primary. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I actually I give him like an old Xbox 360 controller sometimes to play with. Tell you what, when it comes to streaming and playing on the same system, I definitely miss that 8 cores. Getting as low as 43 FPS. No, thank you. Oh, this thing has crazy recoil. Oh yeah, my game crashed, that's why. Thought I had that. Oh, I did 59 damage in that little bit. Wow. That frame rate, man, dipping to 42 FPS, that's a territory I haven't been in a really long time. It hurts. Like once you game high refresh and then you go to 40 FPS, it hurts. Let me in. FPS. Wow. GPU usage is down to 41%. You're back? You're back? Yeah, that's because I'm software encoded streaming right now. I'm using, let me make sure I'm on the lowest quality. Okay, yeah, I'm on the ultra fast encoder preset, which is it's gonna put the least amount of load on the processor. Which this game really needs like 12 threads just for the game, so like with a 12-threaded CPU, there's just nothing left to give, really. There's like a night and day difference between the 8-core and the 6-core for this purpose. Why do I keep spawning with this pistol? I'm like not even paying attention. Oh, hello, tank. Okay, sorry, teammate. Alright, I'm gonna try.
No.
Hey, what's up, dude? What are you pointing at? Alright, before I switch back to 8 cores, I'm gonna try something a little bit lighter loaded, like PUBG, see if I can record and get decent frame rates in that real quick.
Huh?
I would say in Battlefield 1 that's pretty much a no-go. Originally I was thinking if you were like a 60 FPS gamer it might be alright, but I don't really continue that opinion so much now. Yeah, that game might not be as bad. Let's try and PUBG right now, just because this game really doesn't use too many threads, and it's a common Unreal Engine based game. We'll just go solo. See what happens. We're already like 30+% just in the lobby. Here. Okay, can you be quiet, please? I'm talking to people, okay? Actually, I haven't played When in the Room Inside 2. I played the first one. Yeah, this game's getting lower frame rates in this area. We'll see what happens when we're in a match. I think it's gonna be better overall though. 120 FPS over here. This is a game that just graphically isn't really optimized the best. Yeah, I had fun with the first one for a little bit. You're right, it is quite a bit like Left 4 Dead. How much different is the second one from the first one? Nice. Nicely done.
Baby.
See, 1440p Ultra in PUBG, I don't really get the most consistent results. I usually play on like medium, and I change a few other settings because I just don't like the variation in some areas. Like if you're out in like away from like a lot of buildings and people, the frame rate stays up. But I noticed on Ultra it seems to want to dip. So we go here.
Whoa.
I might have to check that game out. Hey, you're being too loud, buddy.
Go. Go.
Jay, I need you to stop pushing me.
Go.
What? He was outside? Hmm.
I can see. Ooh.
That probably seems about right, what you're saying about your laptop. Probably pretty heavily depending on the map. I have a 1060. It's normally in my Ryzen system, and on medium it's in the worser maps it's probably around like 80
Baby.
80 or 90 or so.
Baby.
Hey Jay, can you go play with your cars in the living room? Please? Please? Here. Go play in the living room for a little bit, okay? Daddy will be out there in a little bit, alright? Just don't play with the background, okay? I'm getting 100% usage in this area. PUBG definitely feels more playable though than Battlefield with the 6-core and streaming. Which was mostly to be expected. Wow, some low dips though. I guess where it doesn't really matter. Hey, not on there. What are you doing? You know better. Wasn't paying attention. Landing here late. Oh man, getting all kinds of stutters on the way down. That's so many people. Alright, we're gonna not divert that way. No guns. Oh yeah, this is pretty hot, stuttery mess in this initial area. Yeah, I can't say that I would stream and play this way. This is pretty choppy. Getting 95% utilization. Get a vector. God, it's so choppy. This is the 2700X, but with only 6 cores enabled. Yeah, I know. Some people like doing the digital vibrance thing. I'm pretty happy with the way my monitor is already displaying the colors. I think it would just be like overstated. Let's try something different. I haven't really installed much on this system yet. The Vermintide game was 40 gigs. I thought it was smaller than that. What else can I test? Alright, I'm going to restart this. In like 5 minutes I'm going to be back up. I'm going to try 8 cores, SMT off, so no virtual cores. I'll be right back if you guys are interested in returning.